Hi everyone, my name is Holly Jackson. I'm one of the librarians at North Hall Library, and I'm excited for you to join me today as we talk about citation management using Zotero, which is a free open source resource. This is one of our research tips videos. So what is Zotero? Zotero, like I mentioned, is a free open source app that helps you manage your citations. It keeps track of your research and it allows you to create citations and bibliographies right from the app or even from Word, saving you a lot of time and effort. You can also write notes and attach files to the app records, keeping everything in one place. So when you set up Zotero, and we'll walk through this a bit, you need to download it from Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Opera. It's not going to work from Internet Explorer. You'll create a free Zotero account. This is not associated with your Mansfield account at all, but it'll make it so that you're able to access Zotero from the app, from your phone, from any internet browser, wherever you are. It just makes life a lot easier. And be sure to download both the app and the internet browser extension, and I'll show you how easy it is. But once you have that internet browser extension, you can just go up there and click on it, and it will automatically take that information and put it right into Zotero for you. And then once you download Zotero, we'll go through this and I'll show you how to do it, but you'll go to Edit, Preferences, and Sync, and then log in using that free Zotero account that you created, and your account is going to stay synced across your devices, which is great. As you're adding new materials, they'll show up wherever you need them. And once you download Zotero, it's going to create a new tab in your Word app. And so then you can just add your citations. You can add a works cited page from them just using this tool. So let's go ahead and head into Zotero. Actually, just a brief intro here, and then I'll show you where we go for it. But you'll see this is what mine looks like now that I've got everything together. So if we go into Chrome, and I've already gone to zotero.org, and that is Zotero.org, you will see that there is a download option right in the very front. You can also learn more, log in, all that jazz. So if you click download, it will take you to this page, and you will see there is a Zotero download for Windows and a Zotero connector, and that's that browser extension that I mentioned that you'll want to do. Now, Zotero works for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So whichever one you have, you can go ahead and click on that. And there are also Zotero connectors for other browsers, specifically Firefox, Safari, and they do have one for Edge now, which is the replacement for Internet Explorer. So if you use Microsoft Edge, they do have a new connector for that. So you can download those right from here and just install them in your computer, and then we'll go from there. So once you've got those done, go ahead and register up at the top for a free account. Create your username. This can be whatever you need to. Type in your email, confirm your email, password, the usual things for that. Then you will have Zotero, which will look just like what I pulled up a minute ago. And we'll go up into that settings area I was telling you about and click Edit, and then click Preferences at the very bottom, and then go to that second tab over, which is Sync. I've already signed in here with my free account, so you'll see I have it set up to sync automatically and to sync full text content. So if I upload anything that has full text content, it's automatically going to be available to me. And so once you log in, you'll have those same settings. You can also go over to the Cite tab, and you can make sure that the styles that you need are going to be in there. Most of the styles that you're going to use while you're at Mansfield, your MLA, APA, Chicago, IEEE, anything like that, those are automatically going to be in there. But if you do need to use any other citation styles that are a little bit more specific, go ahead and get additional styles, and you can add those in there. And once that's set up, you're ready to go. So you can see that I've got some things set up here that I can show you. So if I click on my library, anything that I've already added is going to be in here, but you can pull things and put them into certain folders. So maybe you're doing research for more than one class. I have an escape room research, but maybe I want to do a new folder. So I can go up here at the top and put new collection, or I can just right click on it and do new collection. And maybe I'm doing this for English 1100. So I can make English 1100, a new folder, and I can put all my research for that class right into that folder. Once I've got some research, once I add things in there, I can do things like make notes. And you'll see in some of these I did. So what you do is you just right click on whatever title you want to make a note on, and then you can add note. You can also add an attachment. So if you have a PDF copy that you've uploaded or any notes or anything that you've scanned in, you can add those right there. You can create a bibliography even right from this option right here, but we've got other ways that we're going to do that. So the main two I would say is add note and add attachment. And you can see I made a note that says check this one out. Looking at this, it automatically pulled in the title, it pulled in the author, it pulled in the abstract, which is just the short summary of what's going on in the book, and all these great details. You'll want to make sure that it's pulled all the information you need. Usually the app is really good at doing that, but it's pulling from something called metadata, which is the data that's been entered about the journal article or the book or whatever type of source you're using in the background of the internet that makes it so it'll show up. And sometimes it doesn't have all the info you need. If I click on this article that I have up at the top, you'll notice that it's missing the author's first and last name. So I would want to go and find that and add that in there so that when I make a citation from this, it will actually show up. But most of them have the author's names, the titles, and the details that I really need. So if I'm doing research, maybe I'm going back into my Chrome tab here, and I'm going to the library's website, and I'm going down into the article search, and maybe I'm going to continue my research on escape rooms, maybe escape room design. So I do a search, and then because I'm working from home, like many of you probably are right now, I would just select Mansfield University, and I would put my username, which is just my email address and password, and hit login, and then I will get all of my results from home. We'll give this just a minute to log in. Perfect. So you'll see I've got a list of 749 things, which is pretty good. If I wanted to just put like most of this list in there, I would just go up to the top right and you'll see a little folder shows up. That is my Save to Zotero internet connector. So I can just click this and you'll see it asks which items would I like to add to the library. So I can click any of these titles that are showing up on the first page and just automatically send them into my Zotero. If I go down and maybe I want to take a look at this fourth one, educational gaming for pharmacy students. Maybe this is exactly the source that I need. I can click on it and you'll see that there's plenty of information, including a PDF full text right here. If I go up here, now you'll see that it looks like a paper, but this is also that same Save to Zotero. So if I click on this, and it's automatically got that escape room research folder up there. But if I wanted to put it in one of my other folders, I would just click more and then I can see them. But I do want this in my escape room research. So I would just hit done. And then if we go back over into my Zotero, you'll notice that this educational gaming for pharmacy students is right there. It's already in there. It put all my authors, it put my abstract and my title. If I click on the arrow on the side, you'll see it even pulled in that full text. So if I double click on that, it pulls it up and I can actually get the full text PDF because that was available when I clicked on that and added it to Zotero. So this is great. If you find something in the library's databases that isn't available PDF through our resources, maybe you wanted this first one, Design of a Disaster Preparedness Escape Room. And we click on the Check MU Availability and we see if we do have it. But it doesn't look like we have it online. We can see if we have it full text here. But if we don't, we can request it through Interlibrary Loan. Anything that you request through Interlibrary Loan, they'll send you a PDF copy. So if I were to go and I were to click on the Design of a Disaster Preparedness Escape Room article and click on the top right, Save to Zotero, add it to my escape room research, and go back in, you'll see it has a record, but it doesn't have that PDF. If I get it through interlibrary loan, I can just go ahead and right click, add attachment, and I can just attach that PDF that interlibrary loan sent me, and I can have it all in one place right here. So even if the website that you're using doesn't have the PDF, if you get a copy of it or you scan in a copy of a book chapter that you want to use, you can keep this all in one place. So you can see this is very useful if you have to do a lot of research for a big project. So going back over here, this also works if we're looking for books. So maybe I'm doing a project on recycling for my English 1100 class, and I'm looking for books on recycling. So I can go in here and I can find any of these records that I think might be interesting. Maybe this garbage and recycling. So I go in here and I see that one of these is an online access copy, one of them's in person, whichever one I'm interested in. I can click on this and then you'll see it looks like a book. You'll see that Zotero is actually recognizing the paper for articles, the book for a book, the folder if it's more than one resource that you're looking at. So I can go in here and click my English 1100 folder, hit done, and then I go back over. You'll see it's already opened in my app and I've got all this information. And I can add the link to the libraries page in here. I could just make it a note, or if I go in here on the record, there's a URL space. I can just copy and paste it in there, and then I'll be able to go back and get that call number. If I wanted to scan in a chapter, I can do that and just add it as a folder. So really useful information here. Okay, so once you've got your resources, like let's say I'm ready to write my paper on running an escape room. If I go into Microsoft Word and I type a quote and I go into the Zotero tab, I can add a citation. So I want to do it in MLA. If I wanted something else, I could select it. And I hit OK. And then you can just type in and search for whichever source it is that you're using. So if I type in escape room, you'll see that several of the things that I've pulled are coming up here. So maybe I'm citing this escape rooms and other immersive experiences. So if I click on that, you'll see citation shows up. If I go to a new page, there we go. I can add, edit bibliography. And there it is. So that is my full source. I just move it back down here. I type works cited. I center that. And there we go. So we've got Krosky. If I had a specific page number, I could enter that in. Maybe this is page 89. And there we go. And then down here, you'll see it's got the works cited. It's got all the details. You can edit it. Like I don't need this an imprint, so I can just delete that small part. And then we're good to go. So that just saved me a bunch of time going into Zotero tab, adding my citation, adding my bibliography. I didn't have to hand type them. I didn't have to look it up. They were already right there. So this can save you a lot of time and effort, keep your notes in one place, and be a really great tool as you manage your citations. So as you go through, you'll notice probably the more you use this, more folders, more resources you'll have. If you get duplicates, you can just delete them. You can even just go in here and let's say you wanted to just do the first 4 of these. And so you select them and then you right click on it and then you can create a bibliography from the items right through here. So again, I select MLA, maybe this time I want to do APA, a bibliography, and then I can copy it to clipboard. And so if I hit OK, and then I go into a Word document, I'll open a different one. and I paste it. So I just did Control V, or you can go to the paste up at the top. You'll see that the first 4 that I did have pulled up and they are in order. So as long as they've got all the information I need, we're good to go. It doesn't look like my author made it for that first one, so I'll want to edit it. But otherwise, these are looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any full names for my authors. APA just uses initials. It looks like the italics are right. So I would just want to double check it, but otherwise you're good to go. So you can either do it through the Zotero tab, or on the Zotero app, select the ones you're using, right click, create that bibliography, and then copy it to your clipboard, and then you can just paste it right into a Word document or wherever else it is that you need it. Zotero is really easy once you get the hang of it, but if you do have any questions, make sure that you ask a librarian. So I'll flip that around for you. So just go to our website, lib.mansfield.edu. You can chat with us, email us, give us a call, come visit us in person. We're happy to help you. And this is your intro to Zotero. Have a great rest of the day.